Okay, here are the trigger warnings. Suicidal thoughts and tendencies, strong language, self-harm, gay slurs, objectifying of LGBTQ plus people, underage drinking and sex, graphic sex scenes, torture, rape, murder, and attempted suicide. Okay, let's start. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name, with purple streaks and red tips that reach my mid-back, and icy blue eyes like limpid tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. If you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here. I'm not related to Jared Way, but I wish I was because he's a major hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining out, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them. "Hey, Ebony!" shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. "What's up, Draco?" I asked. "Nothing," he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me, and I had to go away. The next day I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle. My coffin was black ebony, and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace at the ends. I got on my coffin and took off my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears and put my hair in a kind of messy bun. My friend Willow, Raven disses you, woke up then and grinned at me. She flipped her long waist-length raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. She put on her
foreskin eyes?
No, her
Forest
forest green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini fishnets and pointy high-heeled boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick, white foundation, and black eyeliner. Oh my god, I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday," she said excitedly. "Yeah, so?" I said, blushing. "Do you like Draco?" she asked as we went out to the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall. "No, I don't," I shouted. "Yeah, right," she exclaimed. Just then Draco walked up to me. "Hey," he said. "Hi," I replied flirtily. "Guess what?" he said. "What?" I asked. "Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade," he told me. "Oh my god," I screamed. I love GC. They are my favorite band besides MCR. "Well, do you want to go with me?" he asked. I gasped.
Oh, it's really getting juicy.
Okay. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace. Is she gonna describe every dress she wears?
Yes.
On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all of this corset stuff on the back and front. I put on matching fishnets on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so I slit one of my wrists and read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding and listened to some GC. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. Then I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway. I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to a concert. I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a simple plain t-shirt. They would play at the show too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner. A lot of Kel boys wear it, okay? Okay. Hi, Draco, I said in a depressed voice. Hi, Ebony, he said back. We walked into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666 and flew to a place with the concert. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. You come in cold, you covered in blood. They're all so happy you arrived. The doctor cuts your cords, hands you to your mom. She sets you free into this life. Oh, that's the lyrics. Sang Joel. Yeah. I don't own the lyrics to that song. Joel is so hot, I said to Draco, pointing to him as he sung, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we moshed to the music. Then I caught on. Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you, I said. Really? Asked Draco sensitively, and he put his arms around me, all protective. Really? I said. Besides, I don't even know Joel, and he's going out with, Hillary Duff. I hate her. I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. The night went on really well.
I'm sorry.
I had a great time, so did Draco.
I wasn't watching. Wait 1 second.
After the concert.
Wait.
What?
Where is it? What was it a slur? I'm confused.
No,
he just didn't want to curse.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So he turned,
Zane.
I fucking hate that little bitch too. I hate her.
Zane, you're bad, dude.
The night.
I thought like the N-word was said for a second, dude.
No.
Well, why would you think that? Why
No.
do you keep thinking the
Oh my gosh. The night went on. Let me read.
Why
Let
would
me. Oh
Zane
my god.
say it unless it was a bad word he can't say.
Let me
What are
read.
2 words he can't say.
Let me read. The night went on really
Okay.
well and I had a great time, so did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with them. We got GC concert tees. Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back into Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest. Oh, I think I know what's going on. Badly written smile warning.
We're gonna have some forbidden sex.
God. Draco, I
Wait till
shouted.
Chapter 42.
What the heck do you think you're doing? Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car and we walked out. I walked out of it too, curiously. What the hell? I asked angrily. Ebony he asked. What? I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close and I looked into his gothic red eyes. He was wearing color contacts, which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness. And then suddenly I didn't feel bad anymore. And then suddenly, just as I Draco kissed me passionately. Draco climbed. That's what it says. Draco climbed on top of me and we started to make out neatly against a tree. He took off my top and I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra. Then he put his thingy into my you-know-what. And we did it for the first time. Oh, I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm. We started to kiss everywhere. My pale body became all warm. And then, what the heck are you doing?
What the fucker?
It was Dumbledore.
Dumbledore?
Yeah, it's Dumbledore. Dumbledore.
Dumbledore made Dumbledore made and Draco and I follow him. He kept shouting at us angrily. You ludicrous fools, he shouted. I started to cry tears of blood down my pallid face. Draco confronted me. When we went back to the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angry. They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest. He yelled with a furious voice. Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? Asked Professor McGonagall. How dare you? Demanded Professor Snape. And then Draco shrieked, because I love her. Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said, "Fine, very well, you may go up to your rooms." Draco and I went upstairs while the teacher glared at us. "Are you okay, Ebony?" Draco asked me gently. "Yeah, I guess." I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair and changed into a low-cut black floor-length dress with red lace all around it and black high heels when I came out. Draco was standing in front of the bathroom and he started to sing "I Just Want to Live" by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodnight, and he reluctantly went back into his room. Okay.
Oh, it's such a masterpiece.
The next day, I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black miniskirt that was all ripped around the end, and a matching top with red skulls all over it, and high-heeled boots that were black. I put on 2 pairs of skull earrings and 2 crosses in my ears. I spray painted my hair with purple? Okay. In the Great Hall, I ate some
Chocolate cereal?
blood instead of milk and a glass of red blood. Suddenly, someone bumped into me. All of the blood spilled over my top. "Bastard!" I shouted angrily. I regretted saying that when I looked up because I was looking at the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face, and he was wearing a black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing red contact lenses just like Draco's. And there were no scars on his forehead anymore. He had a manly stubble on his chin.
Harry
He had
Potter.
he had a sexy English accent. He looked exactly like Joel Madden. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him, kind of like an erection. Only I'm a girl, so I don't get one, you sicko. "I'm so sorry," he said in a side voice. "That's alright. What's your name?" I questioned. My name's Harry Potter, although most call me a vampire these days," he grumbled. "Why?" I exclaimed. "Because I love the taste of human blood," he giggled. "Well, I'm a vampire," I confessed. "Really?" he whimpered. "Yeah," I roared. We sat down to talk for a while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him. Okay. Draco. What?
We've hit Bring Me to Life Part 2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist signs on my nails and red nail polish. I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyways, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then we started Frenching passively, and we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up before I took off my top. I took off my black leathered bra, and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out, and then he put his boy thingy in mine, and we had sex. Oh, Draco, I screamed while getting an orgasm. When all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, a bloody gothic writing were the words vampire. I was so angry. "You bastard," I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No, but you don't understand," Draco pleaded. But I knew too much. "No, you idiot," I shouted. "You probably have AIDS anyway." Oh. I put on my clothes all huffily and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom, where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. "Vampire Potter, you..." "Peter."
Motherfucker.
"Thank you," I yelled. Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room, even though he was naked, and started begging me to take him back. "Ebony, it's not what you think," Draco screamed sadly. My friend Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understandably. She flipped her long waist length, gothic black hair, and opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses on. She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped. When she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother, and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out her real last name is Smith, and not Granger.
What?
Since she has converted to Satanism, she is a Slytherin now, not Gryffindor. There's the lore drop about her friend Bloody Mary Smith. What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape demanded angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. Vampire, I can't believe you cheat on me with Draco, I shouted at him. Everyone gasped. I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I had went out with Vampire, I'm bi and so is Ebony, for a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy hoe. We were just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems, and now he was gothic. Haha, like I would hang out with a prep. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire. Yeah, right. Screw off, you bastard, I screamed. I ran out of the room into the Forbidden Forest, where I had lost my virility to Draco, and then I started to burst into tears. Okay. I was so mad and sad I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then all of a sudden a horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie, and he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort. No! I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted, Imperious. Is that how you say that? I don't know.
Good
And
enough.
I couldn't run away. Crookshanks? I shouted at him. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him, even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. Ebony yelled, Thou must kill Vampire Potter. I thought about Vampire and his sexy eyes.
Sexy.
Oh, sexy eyes. And his gothic black hair, and how his face looks just like Joel Madden. I remember that Draco had said I didn't understand, so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they broke up? No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged. Thou must, he yelled. If thou does not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude, you're so retarded look on his face. I have telekinesis. He answered cruelly, and if you doth not kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. And he flew away angrily. I was so scared and mad I didn't know what to do. Suddenly Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said. Hi. Hi, he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram. Get it? Between Joel Madden and Jared Way. Are you okay? I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry, I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me, I expelled. That's okay. He said, all depressed, and we got back into Hogwarts together, making out. I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset. Went to rehearsal with my gothic metal band Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I am the lead singer of it, and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron, although we call him Diablo now. He has black hair now with blue streaks in it. And Hagrid. Hagrid's
Man, you need to be
only
lead singer,
today.
man.
Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming. We wrote songs and said, I knew Draco was probably slitting his wrist. He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too. And the only way you can kill a vampire is with a cross. There's no way I'm writing that. Or a stake. And Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride. I put on my black leather shirt that showed off my boobs and tiny matching miniskirt that said simple plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song, I suddenly bust into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted. Is that what it says? Concerted voice. No, it says
No, that's not
concerted.
says concerned. That says concerted.
In a concerted
I'm not
voice.
even looking at it. Hold on.
What
let
the
me
heck
see.
do you think?
It's-
I asked angrily, and then I said, well, Voldemort came, and that bastard told me to kill Harry. But I don't want to kill him, because he's really nice, even if he did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind me. Why didn't you tell me? He shouted. How could you poser. I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. We practiced for 1 more hour, then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't 'cause he had a headache. What have you done? He said. He started to cry wisely. That's because
No!
wait, that's basically nut swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony Draco has been found in his room. He committed suicide
No!
by slitting his wrist.
No!
No,
Down 1 character. Let's see how many.
no!
else
I screamed. I was
You'll see,
horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her to screw off, and I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me, shouting, but he had to stop when I went into my room because he would look like a perv that way. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, and then I slit both of my wrists. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily while I put on Linkin Park's song at full volume. I grabbed a stake and almost stuck it into my heart to commit suicide. I was so depressed. I got out the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it. Sandly. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and a 6 pair of skull earrings. I couldn't believe it. Then I looked out the window and screamed, Snap was spying on me. And he was taking a video tape of me, and Lupin was
Masticating.
masticating too.
Masticating means chewing.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Okay.
it's okay. They were sitting on their broomsticks. Ew, you pervs, stop looking at me naked. Are you pedos or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Very important, very important. Suddenly, Vampire ran in. Abracadabra! She yelled at Snape. and Lupin pointing his womb. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they both started screaming. And the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in. Ebony, it has been revealed that someone has. No! He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and then he waved his wand, and suddenly, Hagrid ran outside on his broom and said, Everyone, we need to talk. What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student. What? I may be a Hogwarts student, Hagrid pursued angrily, but I'm also a Satanist. This cannot be, Snap said in Hagrid's voice, as blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. There must be other factors. You don't have any, I yelled in madly. Lupin held up the camera triumphantly. The lens may be ruined, but didn't they get shot?
Yeah, they did.
But they're still fine. The lens
they're
may be
fine.
ruined, but the tape is still here. I felt faint more than I normally do, like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood. Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cock. And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked and happy or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. Because Hagrid said, and he paused in the air, dramatically waving his wand in the air, then swooped he and singing to the tune of a gothic version of the song by 50 Cent. Because you're gothic, Snap asked in a little afraid voice, because he was afraid it meant he was connected with Satan. Because I love her.
Oh, it's so sad.
Dude, that was...
Wait, so Hagrid loves her now?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't
A
know.
full-grown adult man?
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, don't worry, he's a student in Hogwarts.
No, yeah, in this he's a student, okay.
Wait, I thought he was expelled.
No, this is a student, so it doesn't matter.
This is different. I was about to slit my
Different
wrist
universe.
again with the silver knife that Draco had given me in case anything happened to him. He told me to use it valiantly against an enemy, but I knew that we must both go together. No, I thought it was Hagrid, but it was Vampire. He started to scream. Oh my god, no, my scar hurts. And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I stopped. How did you know? I saw it, and my scar turned back into the lightning bolt. No, I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but Diablo changed it into a pentagram for me, and I always covered it up with foundation, he said back. Anyways, my scar hurt, and it turned back into the lightning bolt. Save me! Then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has in bondage. Anyways, I was in the school nurse office, now recovering from my slit wrist. Snap and Lupin and Hagrid were there too. They were going to Saint Mango's after they recovered because they were pedophiles. And you can't have those pervs teaching in a school with lots of hot girls. Dumbledore had constipated. I constipated the Cino cameras. They naked. I put my middle finger at them. Oh, anyways, Hagrid came into my hospital bed holding a bouquet of pink roses. Ebony, I need to tell you something. He said in a
No, that doesn't say Ebony. No
What?
B. No B. N-O-B.
Oh, no, I need to tell you. He said in a mysterious voice, giving me the roses. Screw off, I told him. You know how I hate the color pink anyways. And I don't like up preps like you, I snapped. Hagrid had been mean to me before he, for being gothic. No, and no, those are not roses. What are the goths saying, you poser prep? I asked because I was angry that he had brought me pink roses. I saved your life, he yelled angrily. No, you didn't, I replied. You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton porn video made from your shower scene and being viewed by Snap and Lupin, who masturbated. See, is that spelled wrong? To it, he added silently. Whatever, I yelled angrily. He pointed his wand at the pink roses. Those aren't roses. He suddenly looked at them with an evil look in his eye and muttered, well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say. That's not a spell, that's an MCR song, I corrected him wisely. I know, I was just warming up my vocal cords. Then he screamed, Pultus Moringo Me Karimsili Romancio. For all you cool gothic MCR fans out there, this is a tribute, especially for Raven. I love you, girl. I'm a Noto Okeo. And then the roses turned into a huge black flame floating in the middle of the air. And it was black. Now I knew he wasn't a prep. Okay, I believe you. Now, WTF is Draco. Um, hair grid. Roll this eyes. I looked into the balls of the flame, but I could see nothing. You see a newbie. Dumbledore said watching. The two of us watching. To see with his net the flames. You reviewers, flames, get it. You must find yourself first. I about myself. Okay. You mean old man. Harry Grid, yo, doubly door shot.
Oh, Dumbledore, no!
Back, Patrick stormed off back his bed. You are a liar, Professor Dumbledore.
I have no clue what you're saying anymore. Take a second.
I'm reading it how it's written.
Because that's how it's written!
Anyway,
Okay.
when I got better, I went upstairs, put on a black leather mini dress. It was all ripped on the ends with lace on it. There was some corset stuff on the front. Then I put on black fishnets and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy Joe Armstrong on them. I put my hair all out around me, so I looked like Samara from The Ring. If you don't know who she is, you're a prep, so F off. And I put on blood red lipstick, black eyeliner, and black lip gloss. You look kawaii, girl, Bloody Mary said sadly. Fangs, get it? You do too. I said sadly too, but I was still upset. I slit both of my wrists feeling totally depressed, and I sucked all the blood. I cried again in my bathroom and put the shades on so Snap and Lupin couldn't spy on me this time. I went to some classes. Vampire was in the hair of magical magic creatures. He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared, and he used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff. Hi, he said in a depressed way. Hi back, I said in a equally sad way. We both looked at each other for some time. Harry had beautiful red gothic eyes with so much like Draco's. Then we jumped on each other and started screwing each other. Where was the transition? Stop it now, you horny simpletons! Shouted Professor McGonagall. Who was watching us, and so was everyone else. Vampire, you fricker?
Bad guy!
I said, slapping him. Stop trying to screw me. You know I love Draco. I shouted, and then I ran away angrily. So did she just jump on him and try to have sex?
I don't know.
I think so. That's what it sounded like.
Oh, some of this chapter is extremely scary. Viewer description advised. We ran to where Voldemort was. It turned out that Voldemort wasn't there. Instead, the fat guy who killed Cedric.
They did.
Yeah. Draco was there crying tears of blood. Snaketail was torturing him. Vampire and I ran in front of Snaketail. Rid my sight, you despicable preps, he shouted as we started shooting him with the gun. He then suddenly he looked at me and he fell down with a lovey-dovey look in his eyes. He said, in this, he is 16 years old, so he's not a pedophile. Okay. Huh? I asked.
Wait, who's 16 years old? Who's 16 years old?
This guy? Who is he?
I don't know.
It's
Vampire
Snaketail?
or Snaketail or something.
I think it's Snaketail. Huh? I asked. Enobi, I love you. Will you have sex with me? Asked Snaketail. I started laughing cruelly. What the heck? You torture my BF and then you expect me to screw you? God, you are so screwed up, you bastard, I said angrily, and then I stabbed him in the heart. Blood poured out of it like a fountain. No! He screamed. He started screaming and running around. Then he fell down and died. I burst into tears sadly. Snaketail, what art thou doing? Come, Voldemort. Best character, best character. Then he started coming. He could hear his high heels clacking to us. So we got on our broomstick and flew to Hogwarts. We went to my room. Vampire went away. Then I started crying. What's wrong, honey? Asked Draco. Wait, so Draco's back?
I don't know, man. It just,
Asked Draco taking off his clothes so we could screw. He had a sex pack. Get it? Because he's so sexy. And a really huge, you know what, and everything. It's so unfair that I yielded. Why can't I just be ugly or plain like all the other girls and preps here, except for Bloody Mary, because she's not ugly or anything. Why would you want to be ugly? I don't like the preps anyway. They are such sluts, answered Draco. Yeah, but everyone is in love with me. Like Snape and Lupin took a video of me naked. Hagrid says he's in love with me. Vampire likes me, and now even Snaketail's in love with me. I just want to be with you, Draco. Why couldn't Satan had made me less beautiful? I shouted angrily. And don't worry, Enobi isn't a snob or anything, but you lot of people have told her she's pretty. I'm good at too many things. Why can't I just be normal? It's a curse, I shouted, and then I ran away. Okay. Round 13, by the way. Just wanna...
Just 30 more to go.
Yep.
31 more to
Vampire
go.
and I ran up the stairs looking for Dumbledore. We were so scared. Dumbledore, we both yelled. Dumbledore came there. What is it that you want now, you despicable snobs? He asked angrily. We'll see more. As Draco, he shouted at the same time. He laughed in an evil voice. No, don't. We need to save Draco. We begged. No, he said meanly. I don't give a darn what Voldemort does to Draco. Not after how much he misbehaved in school, especially with you, Ebony. He said with his frown looking at me. He said while he frowned looking at me. Besides, I never liked him that much anyway. Then he walked away. Vampire started crying. My Draco! He moaned. Okay. It's okay. I tried to tell him, but that didn't stop him. He started to cry tears of blood. Then he had a brainstorm. I had an idea, he exclaimed. What? I asked him. You'll see, he said. He took out his wand and did a spell. Then suddenly we were in Voldemort Slayer.
I love being in Voldemort Slayer.
We ran in with our wands out just as we heard a croon voice say, Alicadabra. It was Voldemort. Okay.
I'm shivering.
Ebony, Ebony,
I'm
shouted
coming.
Draco sadly. No, please come back. But I was too mad. Whatever, now you can go and have sex with Vampire, I shouted. I stormed into my room and closed my black door with my bloody red key. Or my blood red key. It had a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. He looked so sexy in a way that reminded me of Draco and Vampire. I started to cry and weep. I took a razor and slit my wrist. I drank the blood all depressed. Then I looked at my black GC watch and noticed it was time to go to biology class. I put on a short-ribbed black gothic dress that said anarchy on the front in blood red letters and was all ripped, and a spiky belt. Under that I put on ripped black fishnets and boots that said Joel all over them with blood red letters. I put my ebony black hair out. Anyway, I went downstairs feeling all sad and depressed as usual. I did some advanced biology work. I was turning a bloody pentagram into a black guitar. Suddenly the guitar turned into Draco. Enobi, I love you, he shouted sadly. I didn't care what those preps and posers think. You're the most beautiful girl in the world. But I met you. I used to want to commit suicide all the time. Now I just want to be with you. I love you. Then he started to sing the Chronicles of Life and Death. We considered it our song now because we fell in love with Joel when Joel was singing it. Right in front of the entire class, his singing voice was so amazing, gothic, and sexy, like a cross between Jared, Joel, Chester Perret, and Marilyn Manson. Oh my god, I said after he was finished. Some prep stared at us, but I just stuck up my middle finger. They were covered in black nail polish and were entwined with Dracos now at them. I love you, I said, and then we start to kiss, just like Hilary Duff and CMM in A Cinderella Story. Then we went away holding hands. Lupin shouted at us, but he stopped because everyone was clapping by how sexy we looked together. Then I saw a poster saying that MCR would have a concert in Hogsmeade right then. We looked at each other all shocked, and then we went together. The writing's like digressing as it goes. We
That's
ran
the beauty of it.
happily to Hogsmeade. There we saw the stage where GC had played. We ran in happily. MCR were there playing Helena. I was so happy. Jared looked even sexier than he did in the pictures. Even Draco thought so. I could totally see him getting an erection, but it didn't matter because I know that we were the only true ones for each other. I was wearing a black leather mini dress and black leather platinum boots with red ribbed fishnets. Draco was wearing a black baggy MCR t-shirt and black baggy pants. Anyway, he stayed moshing to Helena. We Frenched. We ran up to the front of the band to stage dive. Suddenly, Jared pulled off his mask, so did the others. We gasped. It wasn't them at all. It was Volsamore and the Death Dealers.
The Death Dealers. They're geniuses.
WTF, Draco? I'm not going to a concert with you, I shouted angrily. Not after what happened to me last time, even if it's MCR and you know how much I lick them. Wait, I thought they were already at a concert.
I
Wait,
think that was a flashback. I think that was a flashback, but
I
doesn't
guess?
make sense. But I guess.
What? Because no. He gadgeted uncomfortable because guys don't like to talk about you know what. Yeah, because you know. I yielded in an angry. Dude, I'm so confused. We won't do that again, Draco promised. This time we're going with an escort. Oh my god.
A prostitute? Sweet.
WTF / are you going into the mainstream, I asked. So I guess you're a prep or a oh, is it Christian? Or what now?
Okay.
No,
I think that
he
just says
muttered loudly.
Christina. I think that's what they're.
Are you becoming a prep or what? I shouted. I shooted angrily. Anobi, I'm not. Please
Quit
come
making
with
these
me.
noises.
He fell down to his knees and started singing "The World Is Black" by GC to me. I was flattered because that's not even a single. He had memorized the lyrics just for me. Okay, well, I guess I will have to, I said, and then we friended for a while, and I went up to my room. Bloody Mary was standing there. I don't even know what that's trying to say.
All is Shemite shite, girl. I don't know.
She said aptly. She speaks Japanese, so do I. That means how do you do in Japanese?
That does not. That's just a lie.
By the way, Willow, that poser, got expelled. She failed all her classes, and she skipped math. It serves her right. I laughed angrily. Well, anyways, we were feeling all depressed. We watched some gothic movies like This Nightmare Before Christmas.
Most gothic movie of all time.
Maybe Willow will die too, I said. Kawaii. Bloody Mary shook her head energetically, lethargically. Oh yeah. Oh, I have a confession. After she got expelled, I murdered her, and then Lupin did
Where
it.
the fuck even
But
are we? I
because he
can't
say
tell where we are on the screen anymore.
Nicolik?
2 sentences up from the bottom. Got the
Kawaii.
kawaii now.
Okay, I see.
I commented happily. We talked to each other in silence for the rest of the movie. Hey, by the way, I'm going to a concert with Draco tonight in Hogsmeade with MCR. I said, I need to wear like the hottest outfit ever. Bloody Mary nodded energetically. Oh my god, tell me, let's go shopping. In Hot Topic, right? I asked, already getting out my physical Hot Topic loyalty
What the
card.
fuck?
I think it's trying to say physical.
I don't know. I
No,
don't know.
my
I
head's
don't, What
Special.
the fuck? I
Oh,
don't know.
maybe.
Nobody knows, man.
No, my
It's
head snapped
special,
up.
I think.
What, my head spewing? I could not believe it. Bloody Mary, are you a prep? No, she laughed. I found some cool gothic stores near Hogwarts, that's all. Who told you about them? I asked her it would be Draco or Diablo or Vampire. Don't even say that Nam to me. Or me. Dumbledore, she said, let's we call our Brums. Oh my god, Dumbledore, I asked quietly. Yeah, I saw a map for Hogsmeade on his desk, she told me. Come on, let's go. We were going in a few punk goth stores, especially for the concert in Hogsmeade. The salesperson was, oh my god, hotter than Jared, except not because that's impossible, and he gave me
What?
a few dresses. We only have these for the real goths. The real goths? Me and Bloody Mary asked. Yeah, you won't believe how many posers there are in this town, man. Yesterday, Lupin and Snap tried to buy a gothic camera pouch. He shook his head. I didn't even know they had a camera. Oh my god, they're gonna spy on me again. I cried, running out of the changing room wearing a long black dress with lots of red tulle coming out and a very low cut with a huge slit. Oh my Satan, you have to buy that outfit, the salesperson said. Yeah, it looks totally hot, said Bloody Mary. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you for free because you look really hot in that outfit. Hey, are you gonna be at the concert tonight? He asked. Yeah, I am actually. I looked back at him. Hey, by the way, my name's Ed Bondi.
Bundy.
It's Ed Bundy, guys. Darkness, dementia, Terra. Oh,
Wait, what?
What's yours? Where'd the Terra come from?
I don't know.
Tom Ridd, he said, and
No!
ran a hand through his black-dyed hair. Maybe I'll see you there tonight. Yeah, I don't think so, cause I'm going there with my BF Draco, you sick perv. I yelled angrily, but before he could beg me to go with him, Harrogrid flew in on his black broom looking worried. Oh my god, Bondi, you need to get back into the castle now. Okay guys, we're on 17. Tom Riddle gave us some clothes and stuff for free. He said he would help us with makeup, and he wanted because he was really into fashion and stuff. He's bisexual. Hairgrid kept shooting at us to come back to Hogwarts. Come spelled C-U-M. WTF, Hairgrid? I shouted angrily. Screw off, you say that, Peter.
Fucking. Fucking.
Yeah, there you go. Well, anyway, Willow came. Harrogate went away angrily. Hey, you look kawaii, she said. Yeah, but not as kawaii as you, I answered sadly, because Willow's really pretty and everything. She was wearing a short black corset thingy with blood red lace on it, and a black blood red miniskirt, leather fishnets, and black pointy boots that showed off how pale she was. She had a really nice body with big bobs and everything. She was thin enough to be anorexic.
That's the greatest.
So are you going to the concert with Draco? She asked. Yeah, I said happily. I'm going with Diablo, she answered happily. Well, anyway, Draco and Diablo came. They were both looking extremely hot and sexy, and you could tell that they thought we were ought to. Yeah, I was wearing a black t-shirt that said 666 on it. He was wearing tons of makeup, just like Marilyn Manson. Draco was wearing black leather pants, a gothic black GC t-shirt, and black fans he got from the Warper Tower.
Warped.
Oh,
Warped Zane. That's just you being retarded that
Warp Tower. Bloody Martel was going to the concert with Dracula. Dracula used to be called the Fell, but it turned out that he was kidnapped at birth, and his real family were vampires. They died in a car crash.
No!
That Fell
Not
converted
Dracula.
to Satanism. Wait, no, that's what it says. Satanism, and he went goth. He was in Slytherin now. He was wearing a black warped t-shirt, black jeans, and shoes, and black hair with red streaks in it. We call him Dracula now. Well, anyway, we all went to Draco's Black Mercy Benz. Get it? Because we're gothic. That had Lucian on it. We did pot, coke, and crack. Draco and I made out. We made fun of those stupid preps. We soon got there. I gasped. Jared was the sexiest guy ever. He looked even sexier than he did in pics. He had long raven black hair and piercing blue eyes. He was really skinny and had an amazing ethnic voice.
What does that mean?
We moshed.
You have a great ethnic voice, buddy.
Senor.
Okay. We moshed to Helena and some other songs. Suddenly, Jared pulled off his mask. So did the other members. I guess it wasn't Jared at all. It was an ugly, preppy man with no nose and red eyes. Everyone ran, but me and Draco. Draco and I came. It was
What?
Voldemort.
What?
It just that's what it says. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers. Wait, was that like a vision? Did she have a vision?
I don't know. Nobody knows.
You moronic idiots! He shouted angstily. Enobi, I told you to kill vampire. Thou have failed, and now I shall kill thou and Drake. No, please, we begged sadly, but he took out his knife. Suddenly, a gothic old man flew in on his broomstick. He had long black hair and a long black beard. He was wearing a black robe that said Avril Lavigne on the back. He shouted a spill, and Voldemort ran away. It was Dumbledore.
Sweet
Dude, he's goth now. I woke up to the next day in my coffin. I walked out of it and put on some black eyeliner, black eyeshadow, blood bed lipstick, and a black, really low cut leather dress that was all ripped in stripes so you could see my belly. I was wearing a skull belly ring with black and red diamonds inside of it. The night before, Draco and I went back to the school. Get it? Skull, because I'm gothic and I like death. Dumbledore chased Voldemort away. We flew there on our brooms. Mine was black and the broom stuff was blood red. The broom stuff?
What?
They're talking about the hairs of the broom.
Oh.
There was lace all over it. Draco had a black MCR broom. We went back to our rooms and we had you know what to a Linkin Park song. Well, anyways, I went down to the Great Hall. There, all the walls were painted black and the tables were black too. But you would see there was pink pant underneath the black pants. And
What?
there were pastors of posers bands everywhere, like Ashley Simpson and the Backstreet Boys.
Real.
Yo, finally. WTF, I shouted, going to sit next to Bloody Mary and Willow. Bloody Mary was wearing a black leather mini and a Good Charlotte t-shirt, black fishnets, and black pointy boots. Willow was wearing a long gothic black dress with blood red writing that was all lacy and came up to her thigh, and black boots and fishnets. Vampire Dracula and Draco came. We started to talk about who was sexier, Mikey or Jared Way, or Billy Joe Armstrong. The boys joined in because they were blind. Thanks for the confirmation. Those guys are so hot, Navel was saying, and suddenly a gothic old man with a black beard and everything came. he was the same one who had chased away Voldemort yesterday. He had normal tan skin, but he was wearing white foundation. He had dyed his hair back. Dumbledore? We all gasped. WTF? I shouted angrily. I thought he was just wearing that to scare Voldemort. Hello, everyone, he said happily. As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What do you think about it? Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer. Well, we goths just looked at each other, all disgusted, and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was. By the way, you can call me Albert. He called us to my classes. What a poser! Draco shouted angrily as we to transformation. We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way. Get it? Way like Gerard. Or Jared. But I didn't say anything. I bet he's having a midlife crisis. Are they like 17? Willow shouted.
Dumbledore.
I was so angry. Okay. 19, I'm gonna know. Can't promise. That's the name of the chapter.
Boy,
All day we
yeah,
sat
yeah.
angrily thinking about Dumbledore. We were so pissed off. Well, I had one thing to look forward to, the MCR concert. It had been postponed so we could all go. Anyway, I went to the common room, sadly to cut glasses. Draco was being all secretive. I had to admit it, and he got all mad me and started crying all hot and angsty. Rinse sensitive bye guys so hot. No one understands me, he shouted angrily as his black hair went in his big blue eyes like Billy Joel in Boulevard of Broken Dreams. He was wearing black baggy pants and a black MCR t-shirt and a black dye. Get it instead of tie because I'm gothic. I was wearing a black leather low-cut top with chains all over it, all over it. A black leather mini, black high-held boots, and a cross-belly thing. My hair was all up in a messy, really high bun like Amy Lee in Gone Gunder. Email me if you want to see the pic. Accuse me? What about me? I growled. But, he grunted. It's Peter.
You fucking.
Yeah. No, wait. It's not what it looks like, he shouted. But it was too late. I knew what I heard. I ran to the bathroom angrily. Cring of Draco banged on the door. I whipped. No, wait. Is that. No, I wiped and I wept as my bloody eyeliner streamed down my cheeks and made cool tears down my face like Benji in the video for Girls and Boys. Raven, that is so our video. I took out a cigarette and started to smoke pot.
Oh yes.
Suddenly, Hagrid came. He had a pure-rated.
He did a pure rate.
Gave me a shock. I shouted angrily, dropping my pot. WTF do you think you're doing in the girls' room? Only it wasn't Hagrid. Someone else was with him too. For a second, I wanted to be Tom Ridd or maybe Draco, but it was Dumbledore. Hey, I need to ask you a question, he said, pulling out his black wannabe gothic purse. What are you wearing to the concert? You know who MCR are? I gasped. No, I just saw there was a concert that a lot of Gauze and punks were going to. He said, anyway, Draco has a surprise for you. Okay. We're almost done. All day I wondered what his surprise was. Meanwhile, I put on a black leather mini, a black corset with purple lace stuff all over it, and black gothic compact boots. MCR were gone to the concert again since Volksamort had taken over the last one. I slit my wrist while I moshed to MCR in the bedroom all night. Feeling excited, suddenly someone knocked on the door while I was trying on some black clothes and moshing to Fang You for the Venom. I got all mad and turned it off, but scaredly I hoped inside that it was Draco so we could do it again. What the heck are you doing? I shouted angrily. It was Lupin. Are you gonna what? I yelled. I was allowed to say that because Dumbledore had told us to be careful around him since since he was a pedo. No, actually, get it?
Wait, so did
Get it?
Dumbledore admit to being a pedophile, or did he say that's...
No,
No,
that's someone
Dumbledore
else.
is not a no.
No, not in this.
Can I please borrow some condoms? He growled angrily. Yeah, so you can screw your 6-year-old girlfriend, huh? I shouted sarcastically. Screw off, he said. Gong wei. Well, what?
Is this Lupin or Snap? Which one is this?
This is Lupin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I put on some black eyeshadow, black eyeliner, and some black lipstick and white foundation. Then I gasped. Snake and Lupin were in the middle of the empty hall doing it, and Dobby was watching? No,
not Dobby.
Dobby. Oh my god, you ludicrous idiot. They both shouted angrily. When they saw me, Dobby ran away crying. They got up, though. Normally, I would have been turned on. I love crying guys do it. But
What?
both of them were preps. By the way, Snake is moved to Gryffindor now. WTF,
What?
is that why you wanted condoms? I asked sadistically. See, I spelled that. Only you wouldn't give them to me. Lumpkin. Shouted angrily. You should have told me. I replied. You dimwit. Snake began to shoot angrily, and then I took out my black camera and took a pic of them. You could see that they were naked and everything. Well, excuse me.
Wow.
They both shouted angrily. What was that all about? It was to blackmail you, I snarked. So next time you see me doing it with my boyfriend, you can't rat me out or I'll show this to Dumbledore. So screw off. I started to run. They chased me, but I threw my wand at them and they tripped over. Well, anyways, I went outside and there was a vampire looking extremely hot. WTF? Where'd Draco? I asked him. Oh, he'd been a jerk. He told me he wouldn't come. Vampire said, shaking his head. You wanna come with me to the concert? Then he showed me his flying car. I gasped. It was a black car. He said his dogfather, Sirius Black, had given it to him. The license plate on the front said MCR 666 on it. The one on the back said Anobi on it. I gasped. He flew to the concert hall MCR where they're playing. Vampire and I began to make out, moshing to the music. I gasped looking at the band. He almost had an orgasm. Jared was so hot he began to sing Helena, and his sexy, beautiful voice began to fill the hall. And then I heard some crying. I turned and saw Draco crying in the corner. Okay. Later, we all went in the school. Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay? I asked in a gothic voice. No, I'm not. He shouted angrily. He stated to run out of the place in a suicidal way. I stated to cry because I was afraid he would commit suicide. It's okay, Anobi, said Vampire comfortably. I'll make him feel better. You'll mean you'll go have sex with him, won't you? I shouted angrily. Then I ran to get Draco. Vampire came too. Draco, please come. He began to cry. Tears of blood came down his pale face. I was so turned on because I love sensitive bi guys. If you're a homophone. And then we heard some footsteps. Vampire got out his black invincibility cock. He doesn't say that. This is coke. But we both got under it. We saw the janitor, Mr. Norris.
Chuck Norris?
It's Chuck Norris. Mr. Norris there, shouting angrily with a flashlight in his hand. Who's there? He shouted angrily. He saw filth come. He went under the invisibility cloak and started to meow loudly. Is anyone there? Yelled Mr. Norris. No, you preppy little poser, Vampire said under the breast in a disgusted way. Excuse me, who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Filch meow. Filth, is there anyone under the cloak? He asked. Filth nodded, and then Vampire Frenched me. He did it just as Mr. Norris was taking off the cloak. What the? He yelled, but it was too late, cause now we were running away from him. And then we saw Draco crying and busting into tears and slitting his wrist outside of the school. Draco, I cried, are you okay? I guess so, Draco wept. We went back to our coffins, Frenching each other. Draco and I decided to watch Lake Placid. See, isn't the depressant? On the gothic red bed together. As I was about to put in the video, my eyes rolled up and suddenly I had a vision of something that was happening now. So she does have like future vision or something. There was a knock on the door and what? And the mystery of magic walked into the school. Okay, here's the last one. Standing in front of me were Bloody Mary. All day everyone talked about the misery of magic. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was in my coffin, so I opened the door. I was wearing black lacy leather pajamas. Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diablo, Draco, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of Bloody Rose all over it. Under that, she wore a black poofy skirt with lace on it and black gothic boots that was attached to the top. Vampire was wearing... Oh my god, is she gonna explain all their outfits? Vampire was wearing a baggy simple plaid t-shirt and baggy black pants and Vans. Draco was wearing a black MCR t-shirt and black jeans and a leather jacket. He looked just like Jared Way and almost as sexy. Vampire looked like Joel Madden. Bloody Mary was wearing a tight black poofy gothic dress that she had ripped so it showed off all her cleavage with a white apron that said B-word and other swear words and MCR lyrics on it. Kind of like one dress I had seen Amy Lee wear once. Darkness, who's Jenny, was there too. She was weaving a ripped gothic black dress with ripped stuff all over it and a lace up to top thing and black pointy boots. So were Crab and Goyle. It turned out that Darkness, Diablo, Crab, and Goyle's dad was a vampire. He committed suicide by slitting his wrist with a razor. He had and stop before too. They all got so depressed that they became gothic and converted to Satanism. Oh my god, I yelled as I jumped. Where the heck are you all here? Or why the heck are you all here? Nobi, something is really screwed up, Draco said. Okay, but I need to put on my clothes first, I shouted angrily. It's alright. We have to go now, and you look kawaii anyway. You are so beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice. Oh, alright, I said, smiling. But you have to tell me, tell me why you are being all erective? I will, he said. So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow and white foundation. Then I came. We all went outside the Great Hall and looked in from a window. A prep called Brittany from Gryffindor was standing next to us. She was wearing a pink mini and a Hilary Duff t-shirt, so we put up our middle fingers at her. Inside the Great Hall, we could see Dumbledore. Cornelia Fudge was there, shouting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there too. This cannot be, she sounded angrily. This school must be closed. The Bark Lord is planning to kill the students, yelled Cornelia Fudge. You are not fit to be the principal any longer, yelled Rumbridge. You are too old and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retray or Voldemort will kill your students. Very well, Dumbledore said angrily, but we cannot do this. We can't close the school. There is only one person who is capable of killing Voldemort. And she's in the school. Her name is Enoni? Darkness, the Draco, Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Willow, Vampire, and Bloody Mary looked at each other. I guess. Okay, should we stop there?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
Yeah.
beautiful.